This Formica fusca black ant queen has given birth to her first brood. While the workers established their new territory in the earth, above ground, a nearby colony of Formica sanguinea slave maker ants are on the lookout for would-be victims. These ants specialize in stealing larvae from neighboring nests and raising them as their own. If the black ant colony isn't prepared for the inevitable incursion, they may be wiped out entirely. Formica sanguinea are not the only danger for the fledgling colony. There is something even more sinister nearby, lurking in the darkness. Sigestria florentina, a funnel-web spider. She is large, fast, and equipped with a deep, powerful bite. Her lair is carpeted by sheets of silk woven between tripwires that radiate out from the entrance. She can detect even the slightest vibrations with her sensitive legs. Any ant that strays too close will be snapped away in the blink of an eye. A sanguinea scout has sensed the presence of the black ants. A raid on the colony is now inevitable. The question remains as to whether they will merely pillage a generation of young, or wipe out the colony entirely. In the end, it will come down to the tenacity of the defending ants. By working together, the ants have overwhelmed one of the funnel web spiders. She won't be causing any more trouble for the colony. Her sisters, however, still present a problem. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected. This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers. The raiding party has arrived. The slave makers will head straight for the brood chambers. They must be stopped. The raiding party has left, and with them they have taken 10% of the black ant brood. The Fusca colony must replenish quickly if they are to survive the next assault. There are intruders in the nest. There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood. There is no respite from the culling. The Sanguinio will subjugate or exterminate. Once again, the slave makers return to their nest with new black ant larvae.
How is the colony progressing?
The Queen is exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt. The Queen has begun to lay new eggs.
Perfect. We will soon have a thriving colony.
The Raptor workers have raised their first Formica fusca ant.
Finally, we have the opportunity to observe multiple species within the same colony. It is time we connected the outworld to the feeder colonies. I want to see how these Ereptors respond under pressure.
I will prepare the experiment.
Let's begin with a small threat.
Connecting the Fusca colony now. I will let 10 through to start with. The Raptors identified the threat and responded very quickly.
Excellent. Let's see how they handle a few more, shall we?
Introducing 20 Formica fusca ants. our Ereptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment and let me know the results. Don't add more than 30 ants at once, though. We don't want to harm the queen.
Understood. I wonder how they will react to a rival Ereptor colony. Introducing 40 rival Ereptor ants. Excellent. Introducing a further 50 rival Ereptor ants. Fascinating. Now let's try 60 Ereptor ants. A superb response. You're doing admirably, my Ereptors. Perhaps a small reward. Look to the surface. What about a combination of Ereptor and Fusca? Let's start with 20 of each. An unconventional defense, yet highly effective. It's interesting to see the colony fight on two fronts. Perhaps we should try 30 of each. Magnificent! Once again, our Ereptors triumph. Some seeds on the surface for my succeeding Ereptors. Gather them quickly. colony's ability to withstand such overwhelming assaults is incredible. I wonder, how will they handle a sustained flow of aggressors? Let's make things a little more interesting, shall we? Enter the Devil's Coach Horse. Whoops! I seem to have dropped my beetles. I hope they don't harm the little ants. Perhaps that's enough for now.
How has the colony been responding?
They mounted an excellent fight against 20, 25, and even 30 Fusca ants, as you suggested.
Perfect. Perhaps we can provide more of a challenge for them next time. The colony
What a
seems to have made
fantastic
significant progress.
suggestion.
Perhaps it is time we began phase 2 of the trial.
Agreed. I will prepare the feeder colonies.
Let's ease them in with a familiar disturbance. Introduce 20 Formica Fusca ants.
The Fusca colony is attached, and the ants are on their way.
I see they haven't lost their potency. Now let's try the Formica rufa ants.
The Rufa will be more aggressive. Our Ereptors will need to put up a strong defense. Adding 20 Rufa ants. Once again, our Ereptors have neutralized the threat to their queen.
Good. Continue the experiment as before, but don't push the colony too hard.
Of course not. That would be irresponsible. Introducing 40 Rufa ants. Excellent defense. Increasing to 50 Rufa ants.
be unfair to help the colony out? Perhaps. But I'm feeling generous. Collect your seeds swiftly, my little ants.
Now, let's see how they handle the Rufa and the Fuska invaders. We will start with 30 of each. Wonderful victory on 2 fronts. Perhaps we should try 3 colonies this time. Introducing 30 of each Rufa, Fuska, and Urempta ants.
Good, good. A little helping hand for what comes next. Collect it quickly. Faster, faster.
I wonder how long they will survive against a sustained flow from all 3 colonies. Let's see. You are doing well, my intrepid Reptans, but what's this? A giant tiger beetle has joined the fray. And another. Oh no, 3 tiger beetles. But what's this? 1, 2, 3, 9, 10 wolf spiders. It hardly seems fair. The queen is in danger. Perhaps I should stop the experiment. Yes, victory to the Erector!
What's going on here?
Yes, the ants performed
The counterpart
excellently
colony
against
has
the
been
Roofer.
delivered.
They just
We
staved
need
off
to
an attack
commence
from
preparation
40
for the
Roofers.
final experiment.
40?
After that, we can
I think
dispose of the
that's enough for
specimens
now.
and close the
We don't
project.
want to overstress
You should
them.
begin transplanting our
Agreed.
Ereptors into the modular formicarium, and be careful with the queen.
Yes, I know how to use a trowel.
Ugh.
Close the project? Bah! Did you hear that? Final experiment, my foot! I'm in charge of the colony, and I will decide when we've finished testing. There. All set in your new home. Grow quickly, my little...
This small leafcutter colony has established a foothold in a clearing near the base of a tree. Their location provides prime access to lucrative harvesting grounds which have gone unchallenged for the past few weeks. However, unbeknownst to the ants, the peace is about to be broken. A scourge is drawing in. It will be here by morning. The ants will fight to the death. Several meters south of the nest, a legion of nomadic Essaton Berkeley army ants are preparing to march. They set up camp late last night, and will now conduct daily swarming raids on the surrounding areas until they see fit to move on. This humble leafcutter stronghold will soon lie directly in their path. The army ants have arrived. They will sweep eastward, swarming everything they find. Larvae-filled ant colonies are particularly ripe for culling. Only a substantial defensive force with the right tools to repel the aggressors will be left alone. The leafcutters must prove to the invaders that they are more trouble than they are worth. Against impossible odds, the soldiers of the Atta stronghold met.
Is it feeding time already?
Yes, our queen is insatiable.
I'm afraid we've ran out of time. It doesn't matter if the nest isn't perfect. Run the experiment, then clear out the specimens and bleach the equipment.
Yes, I know. I'm doing it.
And when you are finished here, I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
I think we should have a word about your conduct around the laboratory.
What was that?
Nothing. Starting the experiment.
Good. Let me know when you have a result.
Okay, my little ants. This is it. The winner will have the privilege of joining me for the ultimate test, the real final experiment. The loser will be relegated to the waste disposal. The formicariums are connected. Let the war commence! I wonder which colony will strike first. The Ereptas finally meet, Interesting combinations. I wonder which is more effective. Most of our raptors are fighting very far from their nest. I wonder, what would happen if their queen was threatened? Yes, these mole crickets should reveal the relevant behaviors. The great battle has disturbed the praying mantis. Our raptors are beating back their counterparts. Victory seems within their grasp. But what's this? Could it be the almighty hand of God? Excellent progress, my raptors. Strike at your nemesis. There can be only one. Yes, good, yes. Perfect! I knew my raptors would prevail. Now we can prepare for the real...
Have you finished yet?
Yes, our raptors have dominated the Phobacarium.
Wonderful. I expect a full report by the end of the week. For now, you can start by clearing away. Make sure anything contaminated with that jelly goes straight to the incinerator.
Yes, very good. Short-sighted, simple, churlish fools. They don't understand. None of them understand. The experiment must proceed. There isn't much time. Quickly, my raptors. Into the terrarium. You'll be safe here.
Is it done?
Yes, yes. Look. Gone.
I see. Well, good. It's about time. Anyway, I'm going to need you to make yourself available.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators. The ants have uncovered a group of hungry checkered beetle larvae. The soft grubs may look defenseless, but they have big jaws and appetites to match. There are intruders in the nest. The colony lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed. Sheltered by foliage and in the path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on. Eventually she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to. The fire ants have mounted their first attack upon the great American bullfrog Litabates scatesbianus. The brave frontline soldiers are quickly crushed and eaten. They must surround and swarm the enormous creature to stand any chance of defeating it. The boggy soil surrounding the nest is lacking in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment, some have evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey. Again and again, soldiers clamp onto the bullfrog's leathery skin and inject their Solenopsis venom, but the beast shows no signs of wavering. The fire ants must maintain their resolve. Overwhelmed with burning venom, the bullfrog finally succumbs to the might of the fire ants. Utterly spent, it collapses on the hillside, leaving the victors free to consume its body. Unbeknownst to the ants, the presence of the bullfrog was keeping many other local amphibians at bay. The power vacuum it left behind is attracting a host of salamanders and frogs eager to take its place. The ants should go to ground quickly and prepare for the imminent chaos. A small colony of Phaedulae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony. if left undisturbed. The battle has begun. There are intruders in the nest. The queen is in imminent danger. As the anarchy above ground settles and with the invaders crushed,
Eat hearty, grow strong. The work will continue soon.
Hello?
Shh, shh.
Oh, it's you. Is something wrong?
No. Solenopsis invicta. Interesting presentation. Fully functional stinger, too. Marvelous.
What's marvelous?
Oh, my sandwich. Yes, it came with an unusually generous dab of fiery pepper sauce.
How many times have I told you? No food in the lab.
Yes, okay, fine, I'm going.
They're about to start.
So, my enduring raptors, we've witnessed your proficiency for resisting natural predators, but what about the unnatural? After all, our work with the counterparts barely scratched the surface. Even on incompatible subjects, the effects of the jelly are remarkable. It may not look very pretty, nor indeed live longer than a day, but for our purposes, it's perfect. May I present to you my most armored hybrid, the Hermit Scorpion. Like water on rock, the Ereptors crash against the hybrid. How many will fall? Perhaps them all. The Ereptors attack the shell! Do they not know what lies within? Yes! The stinger opens and it's functional! Go, my furious hybrids! Spike the ants! Spike them! Hermit Scorpion. It sounded better in my head. No matter, every stimulation spurs the permutations. Perhaps a more elaborate test to follow. Something to provoke a creative response. Now, do we want raptorial forelegs or pedipalps? Forelegs or pedipalps? Ah, silly me. We want both, of course. No, don't do that. That's your sister. No. Right, we're keeping you two apart. Oh, what's the matter, my Ereptors? Is the whip mantis being nasty? Yes, clever little ants. Work smarter, not harder. Only one remains. Kill it. Wonderful! Both champions bested. The caustic scent of Himmelin filling the arena. Can you smell it?
What's going on in there? Open the door.
What's she doing back? We need more time. I'm sorry, there's been a containment contamination.
What are you talking about?
Said the spider to the fly. You're witty and you're wise. How handsome are your gauzy wings? How brilliant are your eyes?
Where's your hazmat suit? There's no contamination.
Yes,
Let me
yes, contamination, yes. And it lives. I have to say, I do my best work under pressure. In you go.
in. Open the door this instant, or I'll have you escorted from the building.
Open the door, no problem. I'm on my way.
Right? That's it. Can I have a security team on the 6th floor, please?
It's using its wings. Incredible. Though it does seem a little slow to react. Perhaps we served a few too many synapses. Have you noticed that, my raptor?
I need this door opening and that man removed immediately.
Why must they constantly disrupt our work? You deal with the hybrid. I'll buy some more time. This should do it.
What was that?
Provide some more help with the citizen, please. There's a situation developing here.
Hurry now. Not much time. Yes! Defeated! Oh, if only we could finish now, but we must be patient. You'll have to stay in here for now where they won't find you. Don't give up. I'll be back soon.
Why did he lock the door?
What is the meaning of this?
Get him out of here.
It's okay.
I haven't put in any requests.
Absolutely
Looks like,
unacceptable. You'll be hearing from my union
supercapacitor.
representative.
You're probably after microelectronics. Next floor up.
Oh, I hope that...
Aha! I told you I'd be back.
My poor ants! What has happened to you? Don't worry.
This Solenopsis invicta fire ant queen has landed on the edge of a swamp. She may be far from her native habitat, but the fire ants are well known for their ability to adapt. Competition for food will be fierce. She will need to raise an army quickly to compete with the local predators. The ants have uncovered a group of hungry checkered beetle larvae. The soft grubs may look defenseless, but they have big jaws and appetites to match. There are intruders in the nest. The battle has begun. The colony lies in the shadow of a great titan to the north, an American bullfrog. This large female has found the perfect spot to feed. Sheltered by foliage and in the path of many wandering insects and smaller amphibians, she has no reason to move on. Eventually she will need to be displaced, but for now, the fire ants have more pressing business to attend to. The fire ants have mounted their first attack upon the great American bullfrog Litabates scatisbianus. The brave frontline soldiers are quickly crushed and eaten. They must surround and swarm the enormous creature to stand any chance of defeating it. The boggy soil surrounding the nest is lacking in nitrogen and phosphorus, nutrients vital for plants to photosynthesize and grow. To survive in this environment, some have evolved to supplement their mineral diet by trapping and dissolving invertebrate prey. Again and again, soldiers clamp onto the bullfrog's leathery skin and inject their Solenopsis venom, but the beast shows no signs of wavering. The fire ants must maintain their resolve. The ponds surrounding the nest are perfect hunting grounds for fishing spiders. They have keen eyesight and can skip across the water to quickly chase down unsuspecting prey wandering too close to the edge. Overwhelmed with burning venom, the bullfrog finally succumbs to the might of the fire ants. Utterly spent, it collapses on the hillside, leaving the victors free to consume its body. Unbeknownst to the ants, the presence of the bullfrog was keeping many other local amphibians at bay. The power vacuum it left behind is attracting a host of salamanders and frogs eager to take its place. The ants should go to ground quickly and prepare for the imminent chaos. A small colony of Phaedulae maurici big-headed ants have established themselves on a hill to the west. Scavenging for seeds, aphids, and dead insects, they are unlikely to pose a threat to the Invicta colony, if left undisturbed. There are intruders in the nest. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood. As the anarchy above ground settles and with the invaders
Crumbs everywhere. Who's been bringing food into the lab?
Guess what I've got? It's been a long road, hasn't it, my Reptus? You've done so well. Everyone doubted your potential for selective assimilation. Everyone except for me, of course. We need only arouse the remaining mutation vectors and it will be complete. Imagine it. No host rejection, no secondary augmentations. Tonight, we finish it. Tonight, we conduct the final experiment. Everything is arranged. Perhaps not as clinical as certified company equipment, but we'll make do. Our fates are intertwined now, my little ants. Do not fail me. We'll program a simple linear sequence to begin with. Laser, acid, fire, then the electrode. Don't be shy. You want the jelly, don't you? Look, a nice big blob on the surface. Come and get it. You haven't tasted this before, have you, my Reptus? Pure, concentrated jelly. None of the other specimens survived exposure, so you'll be the first. Unless my hypothesis is wrong, in which case your lethal neoplasms will spread through the colony. No one wants to see that. The laser is charged to 20 watts. Don't look into the beam. Yes, yes, it's working. The rate of adaptation has accelerated tenfold. Oof, perhaps a little too powerful, or not powerful enough.
What's this? Notes on continued experiments. Solanopsis invicta, Megaponera analis. He wanted to integrate microglial DNA into one of the electric colonies. Completely reckless.
The acid is pressurized, the nozzle takes aim, the danger is clear, but the jelly's right here. Your move. Look what I've done! You're melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world! How about some bombardier beetles? Now that you face down a jet of noxious superacid, these should be child's play. Fire extinguisher on standby for this one. Safety first. Fire! Imagine while all this is going on if you had to share your terrarium with a collection of highly agitated spiders. Why, it would be absolute pandemonium. Whoops! Charging the capacitors. Now don't be startled if you hear a slight pop. And that concludes the warm-up test. How was that? Feeling limber? Stretched? Hungry for more? Good. Next, we'll observe the effects of simultaneous exposure to multiple stimulants, programming in a distributed sequence. There. Good luck. Let's make the arena more interesting, shall we? What about a selection of angry mantises? That's interesting, isn't it? Perhaps the stimulation intensity should be increased. After all, our brave Ereptors have not come this far to be coddled. They expect stringent test conditions. We'll start by increasing the electrode discharge capacity. Let's expand the acid discharge stream next. Oh, and it looks like you're running out of mantises. Let me help you with that. Exposure to 3 cycles of each stimulant complete. It would seem that full spectrum immunity has yet to develop. Do you know what that means, my little Raptors? That's right, you're so clever. Inserting triplet stimulant combinations into the sequence. We just need to increase the power draw.
No! Useless! Isolated! Go! Go! Where is it? Aha!
I just need to prise it
Open! Ah!
Let there be light. And then there was... this could complicate matters. One, 3, 6, 2...
Well, that's rude, isn't it?
1, 3, 6, 2... Change the alarm codes, have we? Well, how about
These alarm codes!
wonderful! Perfect!
Almost. Again. Got up.
Thank you. Now, back to the matter at hand. think it's about time we increased the laser power. Don't you? After all, that little fiasco won't have gone unnoticed. Oh, and I almost forgot to connect the feeder colonies. You remember those, don't you, my little raptor? What's left? Increasing the burner oxygen flow. Quickly now. We don't have much time. Perhaps more ants will help to heighten the urgency. Already? Can you not give me a moment's peace? Well, there's no going back now. Programming in the final sequence. Oh, it comes with scorpions. I'd love to stay with her, but I need to go and buy us a little more time. Good thing I brought my dynamite. I'll put a little bit here, a little bit there. Here, there, spread it all about. The door frame connected to the fuse bit. The fuse bit connected to the wired bit. Yes, the wired bit connected to my foot bone. Oh, that can't be right.
to the corridor!
Oh, just in time.
I want him arrested now!
I think we should get back.
Fire in the hole.
Get back!
My little ants, look at you. Perfected. This is the end, I'm afraid. After all, we can't have those brainless parasites unraveling all of your secrets, can we? So, I hope you understand. It's not personal. There's just one final step. A once lethal catalyst for unbounded mutation, now tamed and molded through you, my Raptor host, and finally rectified for human consumption. Tonight, I imbibe the power of the colony. Yes, I can feel it. It's working. What? We are the ultimate state of life. We? What did I say? Oh, this shouldn't be happening. The power of the colony. The bonds of the colony. No! Yes. At the behest of the colony. My queen must not be harmed. My queen must not be harmed. I serve the will of the colony. My queen must not be harmed. It is done. At the behest of the colony. I serve the will of the colony. I serve the will of the colony. At the behest of the colony. It is done. At the behest of the colony.
Okay, brace there. Fires are out. You're making our way through to the lab now.
We must leave now, my queen. It is not safe here. We will go.